Hey everyone, welcome back to Healthy Her Midlife. I am Christine. I am the creator of this YouTube channel and the blog HealthyHerMidlife.com. This week, we are going to be doing a yoga sequence in our Fall into Wellness Challenge. And the reason for that is because sometimes with fall and the changing of the season and the introspection and the retrospection, we tend to feel a little bit off balance. Yoga is going to help us bring us back into balance with our bodies, with our stress, our mood, and our energy. And I've put together a yoga sequence that's going to take just about 15 minutes for us to do, start to finish. And it's going to really help you feel more grounded and more centered, more focused, and hopefully a lot less stress after you are done with this routine. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it. I want to get into it. So let's go. Grab your mat and join me. Starting in easy pose, your legs are folded and crossed in front. Knees are toward the floor, feet are resting on outer edges, toes engaged and wide. Your chest is broad and lifted upwards. Your chin is aligned to your chest. Your neck is engaged and long. Shoulders rolled back, drop down and away from ears. Make sure you're breathing, inhaling and exhaling naturally. Now we'll release easy pose and go into cat-cow. Come to all fours, placing the palms on the floor and the knees on the floor. Make sure the distance is maintained and keep the alignment in mind. While in this pose, practice the breathing, taking the entire back in cat-cow pose respectively. Follow this kind of movement from the spine along with the breath for about 6 rounds of breathing, while making sure the stretch is felt deep within the shoulder and lower back muscles. Cat and cow is a great spinal flex and flow and encourages functioning of the nervous system while also emphasizing flexing the spine to the max. From cat-cow, we move into downward facing pose. Straightening your legs, reach your glutes up toward the sky. Your legs are lengthening upwards, your kneecaps are lifted, feet are parallel to the ground, toes are active and wide apart. Pedal out your legs here to warm them up. Your arms are lengthened to the floor with active elbows, active armpits, palms are grounded, fingers are active and wide apart. Your spine is lifted from the base, lengthened down into a forward bend. Engage your shoulders. Make sure you're rolling them back and down away from your ears. Your neck is long and lengthened toward the floor. Chin is tucked. Now we'll move into standing forward fold pose. So walk your legs up toward your hands so that your legs are together, your thighs are lifted up, and your kneecaps are lifted up as well. Your feet are together, your toes are together and active. Your knees can be slightly bent here if that's more comfortable for you. Your upper arms are active, long, elbows bent, palms grounded, near feet, and your fingers are active. Roll the shoulders back and away from the ears. Create space in the upper back. Spine is long here from the base all the way to the neck. You'll feel this in your hamstrings, your glutes, your pelvic floor, and your core. Now we move into halfway lift. So your hands could be on the ground, they could be on your shins, they can even be on your upper thighs, whatever is most comfortable for you. Your legs are still together, your thighs are lifted upward, and your kneecaps are also lifted up. Toes are together, grounded and active. Your arms are lengthened and your hands are on your shins, fingers together, pointing down. Shoulders are engaged with an internal rotation and away from the ears. Make sure your chin is aligned to your chest and that you're not hyperextending your neck. Your spine is lengthened from the base in a forward fold position and parallel with the floor. And we'll return to a standing forward fold. On your next inhale, lift your arms all the way up to the sky. Big stretch, looking up at your hands. And then bring those hands into the center for mountain pose. Now we're going to do a sun salutation variation. So starting at that mountain pose that you're in, go ahead and lift those arms up in an inhale. Exhale, come all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, lift up to a halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up, coming all the way up to mountain pose, and bring your hands down to your chest. And do it again. Round 2, we're going to lift those arms up to the sky, come all the way down to a forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to mountain pose with your arms lifted, and exhale, bring those arms to the center. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Moving into a runner's lunge now. Take your right leg back, extended back behind you with your kneecap lifted, heel is lifted and active. Your left leg is at a 90 degree with your knee above the ankle. Foot is grounded. Your arms are long and active with your palms on the ground, shoulder width apart on either side of your front foot, with your fingers wide and pointing forward. Shoulders are rolled back and away from the ears. Spine is lengthened. Gaze softly up or forward and breathe. Now we'll move into Warrior 1. Keeping that leg position where it's at, rotate that back right foot so that it's at a 45 degree angle, and lift the arms up to the sky, straight up above you. Your arms are away from the ears, they're lengthened, inner elbows are facing each other, palms are in, fingers together and pointed up. Your shoulders should be away from your ears and your shoulder blades down and together. From Warrior 1, we'll move into Warrior 2. So that right foot will go pivot into a 90 degree angle, so the toe is facing out to the side. Bring your arms out to the sides, halfway lifting those arms. They're extended at shoulder level, parallel to the floor, palms facing down, active fingers and pointed. I like to look behind me and make sure my arm is in line with my body. So you can do that too if you like. If not, that's fine. Your hips are engaged. Your left hip is externally rotated. Make sure your shoulders are rolled back and away from the ears and in line with the hips. From Warrior 2, we move into a triangle pose. So you're going to straighten that left leg. Reach forward with your left arm until you can't reach anymore, and then take the arm down. Left arm comes down to either the shin or the floor, or you can use a block to bring the floor closer to you. Right arm is pointed straight up at the sky, looking up at that right arm. From triangle, we're going to go into a star pose. So you're going to pretend that right arm is lifting you up out of triangle and up to center. Both toes are going to be facing the side now, so you're going to need to pivot that front foot forward to match your back foot. Arms straight out to the side and parallel with the ground. Shoulders are down and away from your ears, lengthening your spine. Now we're going to do all of that set on the other side, but we're just going to move to the back of the mat now. So from star pose, you're going to do a runner's lunge toward the back of your mat. So now your right leg is forward and your left leg is back. Remembering to keep your shoulders down and back and away from your ears and lengthening your spine. Lift into Warrior One. Remembering that your shoulders stay down, arms are extended tall, your spine is lifted, working your quads, your calves, your hip flexors, your pelvic floor, your psoas, your glutes, and your core. And moving into Warrior Two pose here toward the back of the mat. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together, lifting your spine, working the calf muscles, the hamstrings, the quads, hip flexors, pelvic floor, psoas, and glutes. Your navel is pulled in, supporting your back. And we're moving into triangle pose here. Straighten out that front leg. Come all the way forward and down. So now your left arm is on the floor and your right arm is long, active, and reaching toward the sky. Looking up at the sky if that's comfortable for your neck. This also works your quads, hamstrings, pelvic floor, psoas, core, biceps, and triceps. And now we're going to lift up into that star pose again. Big star pose, really stretch from every angle, your arms, your legs, your neck, extending your spine. Big star pose here. From star pose, we're going back to the front of the mat by stepping that left leg in and into a forward fold. Breathe here. And now inhale, reach your arms all the way up to mountain and hands come to heart prayer pose. Now we're going to do a little bit of balancing with tree pose. Starting with your right leg, put your weight on your left leg and bend that right knee so that the leg is bent outwards, active thigh and knee. You can rest your right foot either above your knee or below your knee, but not on your knee. You can even have your foot on the floor here. Your arms can be up high above your head with your hands together. You can keep them in prayer pose if that's more comfortable for you, or you can have your arms out at the side and parallel with the ground. Whatever is most comfortable for your tree. Now release that tree pose on the right side, and let's do it on the left. Your weight goes to your right leg, your left knee bends, placing the foot either above the knee or below the knee. Arms can be in any position you like. And we're going to release that tree on your left. Come back to mountain pose. Lift your arms all the way up, looking up at the sky if it's comfortable for you. Come on down to standing forward fold. Inhale up to a forward fold, halfway lift. And exhale, we're coming down to tabletop position. Inhale here. Exhale, take your knees wide, your feet together, and come on down to child's pose. Your sit bones are active and resting on the outer edges of your heels. Spine is long and lengthened toward the neck. Shoulders are engaged, rolled back and away from the ears. Your neck is long and lengthened. Your chin is resting on the floor or your forehead is on the floor, whatever is more comfortable to you. Arms are lengthened out in front of you. If this is not comfortable for you, you can always put your hands at your chest level or even behind you. From child's pose, we are going to come on up and have a seat on your mat, rolling back onto your spine with your knees into your chest. Give yourself a good hug here. Stretching the abdominals, the hip flexors, and the glutes. And let's move into a spinal twist. So take those bent legs over to your right, arms out at a side, kind of like a T position. If your legs are to the right, you're looking to the left. And breathe. And come on up and take your twist to the other side. And lastly, we have Savasana or corpse pose. So take those legs down, arms are down at your side, feet are apart about hip distance, shoulders are down, and just rest. This is a great pose to incorporate all of the movement that we just did. Namaste. Okay, so there you have it. There was class. I hope you feel really good. I know I do. You may have noticed during the routine that I'm babying this arm. I can't lift it out to the side too much. Interestingly, I can lift it all the way up this way, but out laterally, that's as far as I can go, and it's hard to hold it there for a while, especially with Warrior 2. So you may have noticed that I've was adjusting my shoulder in those ways. And that is perfectly fine for you to do throughout your yoga routine. This is your yoga time. It's not mine. I am a certified yoga instructor, but this is your class. So modify these moves to do however you need them to work for you. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that class, and I hope you come back next week. Next week, we're doing a cooking class. It's my first ever cooking demo, so I'm really excited, and I hope you enjoy it. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this class. There's another yoga class I have on this channel as well. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share Healthy Her Midlife and the Fall into Wellness Challenge with all of your amazing girlfriends. Have a great week, and namaste. Mwah.